So if you're a golfer who struggles with too much lateral motion, or often referred to as sliding in the golf swing, this video explains how you can develop that from a physical and a ground reaction force capacity. Typically golfers who do have far too much sliding in through impact struggle with pushing down through the ground, so they lack a little bit of vertical force motion and too much horizontal force as it's known. I'm going to go through a few exercises that are going to help you give them more of a feeling of how to get more of that vertical force, which will help rotate that lead hip and clear, create more rotational freedom. So predominantly what we're going to focus on today is this transitional motion of being able to push a little bit more down and around as opposed to more this way or more this way. So we're kind of combining the two. Think of a line of force going in that direction. So we want to see more of that movement rather than that movement. So firstly, we want to try a drill that gives that feeling of more lead side, lead foot, vertical push off. So without hitting a ball to begin with, just take a club, maybe a mid-iron, long iron, doesn't matter too much which. Take a golf posture, but bring your trail foot back so you're naturally on the back foot, on the tiptoe a little bit. This means automatically you can't push off a great deal amount, so you have to feel like you're pushing more into the floor vertically. You're simply going to just take a half swing, so not a full length swing, and you're going to try and create a full follow through. Because you're not got lots of time and you can't push off your trail side, you have to create that feeling of pushing down and up, okay? So if I kind of do half backswing, and then I'm going to try and push down and away as I come through the ball. So half swing and push out. You see how my lead foot is naturally pushing into the ground and coming back, extending the lead hip organically. So half swing and hit. Now we want to take that same movement drill and use a medicine ball. So because the medicine ball is going to be heavier, we won't be able to create that momentum, so we have to really give more of a feeling of what that vertical push into lead side will be. So we're just going to go in the same setup position, back foot, trail foot, back, get this set. We want to hold that position a little bit, probably not as long as with the golf club, and we're going to be focusing on that real push down and back. So really get some kind of practice feels of what that will feel like here, and then you want to do this with some real intensity. So you see how I've really pushed out the way to try and turn into. What you saw there maybe a little bit was there was a little bit of throwing action with the hands and arms, which is a perfect example of not creating enough vertical force and clearance. So we need to focus even harder on that push out and that rotation, so we just naturally let the ball go. You see there, I've got much more rotational force, and that lead foot has essentially pulled out of the way much harder. You see, and as I've come through there, I've kind of almost come fully out and open. That's a good feel to have, because what that's showing is we're really creating that push down and back to really get the feeling of that max vertical force. We're not necessarily trying to replicate a golf swing, we're trying to create the right ground reaction force and feelings to know what that should feel like. So now what I'd recommend is actually doing that same drill actually hitting a golf ball, potentially even in a net is a little bit better, because what we're really trying to get that feeling of is making contact with the ball, but with that same motion. Because you've gone from a heavy medicine ball where you've had to create much more vertical force against resistance to the light club, you should now be able to really push hard out. But by having to coordinate it with hitting a golf ball, you just bring the two bits together.